Shalom, giving all the praise and honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone who told me this truth. A sincere Shalom, Labakarium Shah, Yasharallah. That's peace to the hopeful elect of the nation Israel. You know, I seen this story a few days ago with this Eve here. You know, now Philip Scott. You know, I'm not going to play this because, I don't know if he's out here flagging videos or whatever. But, you know, you can go to his channel and you can watch this. It says, Sister or Eve begs Edomites to save her. You know, and this is a old pact, an old agreement that goes all the way back to the garden. So what's happening right now is that Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, number one, he's on his way, and time is short. That's number one. Also, along with the prophecies of Eve going down, Eve, the one who started this agreement, was started by her. You know, the story actually started moving for the gods once she allowed the serpent in. And the serpent means a diviner, Nakash in Hebrew, a diviner, a sorcerer, a warlock. She allowed them in, you know, and then begins the fall of the gods. Now, ultimately, yes, it fell on Adam's shoulder because as the man, you know, Adam was supposed to take charge and do away with her. But that was not the Lord's will. Adam had to fall, and he used who you see for the fall. And the elites know that. So the number one character in this movie is your woman laying next to you, Akim. She can go rogue at any minute because they're open to these spirits. Now, if she's amongst the hopeful elect, you know, yes, it's going to be good. You know, the Lord has blessed you with one, but you can't trust your enemy at this time. And according to Micah 7:9-10, she that is my enemy, and that she is Eve, whether it's in the form of your mother, grandmother, sister, aunt, niece, they have this mentality, you know. And when you watch this, she's begging Eve for help because she said, we have failed. You know, this is in her mind, whether she's an agent of chaos or this is how she really feels. But I'm just get a few scriptures real quick. Let's go to Genesis, where it all started. Genesis 3. Give me 1 second. Let's go to Genesis 3 and 6, where it all started. Now you can read the 3rd chapter. This title of the chapter is Man's Disobedience. And that man deals with woman as well, because it started with her. This is Genesis 3, verse 6. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, meaning the things, the fruit of your doings, like Matthew 7 tell you, you should know a tree by its fruits, meaning you should know a person by their behavior. So the behavior of the other trees in the field at the time, the trees represented men. It was pleasing to Eve when she allowed the serpent in. And mind you, this wasn't a one-day thing. Okay? It took years. It took years of the serpent working to get next to Adam. So the whole thing was to take Adam down. And he found an opening, finally, through his woman. And she allowed them in, knowing that this will harm her husband. So it says, and when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, and that's that desire for power. And she has that desire today. That's why the majority of Eve, when we say Eve, we talking about the Judite woman first, because she leads the pack. She's in the witchcraft, heavy. And their desire to magically move things haunts them. That's why they into these wolf and vampire movies, because of that desire for power. Okay? So Eve saw this. This was power. This puts her on the level of a god now. She took the fruit thereof and did eat. And this serpent, when you go into it, Nakash, the diviner, they were reading the signs of the times, which are the stars. They was into the astrology, heavy. But he knew that he was dealing with the God, speaking with Adam, who had eternal life because he never sinned. But once this was done, then came the fall of the gods. And the serpent was full aware of this. Eve didn't know she was bringing down the gods, but her desire for this power. Instead of listening to Adam, which he was the first priest, I'm sure he broke it down to her what was going on. But she seen another way, another door. And it was for her. And gave also to her husband with her. And this is where Adam went off. And he did eat. Meaning he involved himself. He obeyed. But it started with Eve. And as you can see what's going on with Eve today, she's being exposed on a massive level. Because as Eve falls, you see they both Eve, right? E and E. They both falling together. 2 Corinthians, in effect, let me get this. Yeah, 2 Corinthians 11:3. But I fear, lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve, he tricked Eve. He used his cunning devices like he's using today. And as we come closer to the end, which is actually the beginning of Yahweh's kingdom, you're going to see Eve fall with Esau. It's spiritual. So, but I fear, lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety. It was very subtle. Subtle is to be witty, to be a genius, a demon. A demon is this genius, intelligence. He used that. His inventions on her, his thought process. He knew he was going up against the gods. Adam was a god. Okay, a judge, a ruler, a malach. Allah. So he went in his bag for this one. So your mind should be corrupted from the subtlety, right? Oh, Salakia, from the simplicity that is in Hamashiach. Because when you part of the hopeful elect, this thing is easy. It's simple. We don't struggle. It's a quick. The spirit is quickeneth, quicken your understanding. Let me get one more here. This came to me. This is Sirach 25, verse 24. Of the woman came the beginning of sin. See that? And through her, we all die. And the Lord made that statement because that's how the movie got started for the gods. The gods wasn't supposed to die. And we going back to immortality. But there's got to be a punishment handed out. This is 1 Timothy 2, verse 13. For Adam was first formed, then Eve, and Adam was not deceived. But the woman being deceived was in the transgression. So she was in the error. She was in the error. And the Lord is going to hold her accountable. As you can see, I wish I could play some of this video. Maybe I could, I don't know, but I'm gonna leave it alone. You can go, look this up right here. You know, she's talking a lot of shit, as always, begging E for help. You know, but all that welfare assistance and, you know, these $50,000, $60,000 paying jobs, your little Honda Civic, Mercedes Benz you driving around, which is crap. These new cars that he's selling these damn women who can't change a flat tire, nothing, you know, is going out of style. This queendom here, set up by you and E, is over. Over. And we ain't debating with you about it. This is what it is. Giving all the praise and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem, Rakah HaKodash. Shalom.